Oh, um, I am constantly trying to understand. Every once in a while, they make a change
Yeah,
and don't tell you.
yeah. Well, with the meditation group, that happens because it's hybrid, so people do video,
Yeah.
and then I gotta go hook up the Zoom. And there are times when I just can't get it to go.
Yeah. Well, I have started. Um, Whenever I have a class where anybody ever Zooms, I just start it up a half hour before
Yeah,
in case.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. So
Yeah, yeah.
we'll we'll see. I don't know whether Bill's having a health problem or what.
Oh,
So,
okay.
he didn't. He was not. He just said he had a conflict,
Mm, mm.
and things come up for him at this point. So.
Yeah, I've noticed they come up for a lot of us.
Yes, yes, it's not
I think
only him.
I think it's a trend
Yeah.
at this point,
One thing after another.
point in time. Yeah.
But I'm doing pretty well, so no complaints.
That's
Doesn't do
it.
any good.
No, no, it doesn't do any good. You can complain all you want.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. Uh, exactly. The- I have a physical and energetic response to that now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. My body changes when I do that.
It shifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like taking a deep breath
Mm.
and then out, and there you are,
Yeah.
present, hopefully.
Relatively. So, any Eight Gates questions?
Yeah, I almost sent you a text, but then I figured, well, I'm gonna see you. And so with the standing, working on coordinating my breath
Mm.
with a shift in the feet,
Mm-hmm.
slightly forward and slightly back. So with the in-breath, should be moving forward.
Yep.
Okay, that was it.
Yep.
After thinking about it, it made sense.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to look at the last video?
I don't think I got it.
Really?
Yeah,
I wish you.
I might be wrong, but I was kind of looking for it, and I don't, unless I missed it, which is not unusual.
Well, I'll send it to you.
Usually it comes through pretty much the same day or the next.
Yeah, I usually get it done in the afternoon
Right.
of the same day.
Yep, and then I go down and delete the invitation
Mm.
email.
Well, I will send it to you again.
Okay.
Um, because the reason I asked is I introduced something new.
Oh, great, okay.
So I introduced it to Bill. I'll introduce it to you.
Okay.
And I realized that I don't think I sent. I had said I would send supporting paperwork notes, and I don't think I did.
Um,
I'm not sure. I meant to send
I did get something.
5 elements and 3 dantians.
I did get something with an attachment.
Oh, well,
that I looked at, but
so
I think
maybe
it
you,
was at least it was back in December, I think, or might have been
no.
the first week in January.
No, this was a couple of weeks ago, because I,
Oh, nothing recently.
okay.
No, this had to do with some energy. I can't remember now.
Well,
Uh,
so, I was suggesting an alternate focus for the standing work.
oh, okay, good.
Not to eliminate what we've been doing before, because maybe one day it's one way and another day it's another, depending on what you need to do. But one of the ways that Master Joe talked about approaching this was to think of the yin organ related to each of the 5 elements, and then of course we have the 3 dantians. So we have the upper dantian, the middle dantian, and the lower dantian, which we're, I think, all relatively familiar with to some degree. And then the organ relationships are water is kidneys. So the reason, of course, why we focus on the yin organ and not the yang is that the yin organ is receptive, and therefore you can access it more easily, and you are able to project energy into the element and allow negative and non-useful energy to be released. So this is kidneys. Heart is pretty easy. This is liver, lungs, and spleen. And then of course this is upper dantian, lower dantian, and middle dantian.
The lake, yeah.
So, and you can do the same thing with each of those, and the paperwork I'll send you, the notes I'll send you, give you a lot more information. It's not necessary that you can repeat it all back to me, so don't get too involved with but to have it in the back of your mind, some of it may be helpful. For instance, being aware that there are actually 40 energetic centers in the brain. So the third eye and Bai Hui are 2 of the major ones, but then there are a lot of others, and we're not going to try to break that down.
Yeah, good. That's good.
It is good. It is good, because that's another whole.
Yeah.
It's another world, and actually doesn't come until you begin to work beyond Qigong and Neigong into Shengong, spiritual energy. And then it can be, there is some focus into that. But that's not really where we are
We're
at the
not
moment.
going there.
We're not.
Well, up to my Zen teacher.
I was going to say, you have enough.
Yeah, well, we read the book of Mu.
Uh-huh.
as you recall.
Yes.
So I think that kind of gets you to that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, being able to let go of your ego, basically.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you can let that go, then something else shows up.
Yep.
Which is, I think, what happens when you die, when this body dies, because the ego goes with it. Just my opinion.
Well, yeah, I think maybe it's possible to let go of your ego before then, but only for a limited number of people.
Yeah, I do. Well, I think I told you about that time in the meditation hall where I felt that it was all gone.
Yeah.
And except for the tiniest inference. And the teaching was to think of something unconditionally loving. And that's when I thought about lifting my daughter when she was 2 or 3. And then suddenly that last little bit of ego was gone.
Yeah.
And something else opened up, the total awareness of whatever this is.
Yeah.
Total awareness. And that's when I became totally fascinated with it, wanted to look at everything. And then as soon as in my mind I said I,
yeah.
No. But there are those that can do that, you know.
Yeah.
The Olympic meditators can do that.
So, breathing into an organ, you're actually trying to feel that organ expand and contract, which it can do. I don't know whether, I don't think I've told you this, but the guy who, and I can't remember his name now, I read his book, but I've forgotten it, the guy who was head of Harvard Medical School, I have no idea whether he still is or not, wrote an interesting book because he went to China and got fascinated by traditional Chinese medicine, and really he opened up Harvard Medical School to alternative medicine when he became head of the school. But he had heard about Bruce's statements that he could do that with his organs, but also move any organ at will in any direction. And they invited Bruce, to come to Harvard Medical School, and they put him on the machines, and lo and behold, he could. So that, however, is certainly beyond my ability, I will say. I can feel that with most of my organs, I can feel that I am causing them to expand and contract, but I have not arrived at moving them up, down, forward, and back. So, for what that's worth. So, let's do our standing work, but I'll talk us through focusing
different organs
and the energy centers. For a change.
Yeah, I think we did some of this up at in Norwich.
Actually, I may very well have. I know a lot more about it now than I did then. So we do want to try to keep allowing everything else we've been working on to happen. But we're just simply changing our focus at this point. So stepping out, just taking that time to allow yourself to settle. Feel that your feet and ankles can relax and release down into the earth. Feeling the back of the knees open, perineum open, quad relaxed and settled into your basic level. The midriff and the solar plexus open. Armpits, allowing that little bit of space. Throat notch. And that point at the base of the skull where it joins to the spine. Just allowing a little bit of space there. No tension. Just letting the head lift a little. And by way, opening to the universe. And then focusing your attention from the crown of your head and just allowing any energy that the body cannot use to sink. Sink through your body, through your feet and into the earth. And then extending your mind through your body. Getting to be aware of the flow of the energy in both directions. And of being able to be aware of individual energy centers and organs. So that as you flow into the 8 gates, you bring your awareness to the upper dantian, the area of the third eye, and drawing fresh energy in and releasing any noxious or used energy. And just keeping your focus on that point, allowing it to be open and draw in and release out. And drawing down to the lower dantian. Drawing drawing into that point and releasing. Allowing yourself to have a very physical awareness of that area. Bringing fresh energy into the lower dantian, letting any used release. And then bringing your awareness to the kidneys. And breathing into the kidneys. Feel them expand. And release any used or noxious energy. And remembering that you can access the kidneys from both front and back. And then bringing the awareness up to the heart. Perhaps to the pericardium. And making sure that your breathing is into the upper back. So that the chest does not move. The upper back moves. Drawing fresh energy in and releasing any used or noxious. And then going down and out, focusing to the liver. And feeling the liver drawing in and releasing out. And then taking the attention up to the lungs. Fresh energy in, used out. Aware that not only air flows in, but energy comes with it, if that's what you intend. And then taking the attention to the spleen on the left side. And drawing fresh energy in and used out. Focusing to the middle dantian, up under the sternum slightly. Drawing fresh energy into it. Allowing any used questions there?
Just thinking about when we go out, the shoulder blades relax out and then push in, and I mean, I can really push on it pretty hard, which is probably not what I should be doing. Because it has to coordinate with the flow of energy up and down through the body. So I think it's, yeah, I was pushing too hard, and that probably wasn't a good idea. Just to kind of let it, I guess, be part of, somehow connected to the breathing. So there's a tendency for me to take the breath in as I go forward and opening, and then to push. But you really can't push the air out with your scapulas.
So really on the inhale, you want to have the scapula go in towards the spine.
Oh, on the inhale?
Yeah.
Oh, I was doing it the opposite then.
And then on the exhale, let them go out.
So I was doing it the, yeah, it was.
Sorry, I wasn't clear about that.
That's okay. Inhale, exhale.
I mean, the thing is that if you were to go the opposite direction, it's not impossible, but you would probably, the circle would have to go in the other direction, and it's quite frankly, it is conceivable that you could do it that way. But I think you will find it easier, actually, if you align the in with the inhale and the out with the exhale. Because the out opens and allows that exhale to...
This is out, right?
Yeah.
And oh, wait a minute, I'm confused. So we breathe in, inhale. exhale.
Well, which one are you doing here?
Well, just breathing, but
Okay.
with the hands are going to go wherever they are. They're going to want to become
So
bigger.
think of it as go to heart, because that's kind of an easy
That's
one.
an easy, okay.
Easy one to
Yep.
do. So when you're coming in, you're going to do a circle like this.
Right.
You're driving by using your elbows and your scapula. You're going to move the hands in that circle.
Right.
And when you're coming in, the elbows are pushing the scapula in.
Right, okay.
And then as you go out, the elbows
relaxing out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way I was doing it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because when I got mixed up, I was trying to go the other way. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do
No.
Because when they're going out, you can't.
You
could.
You could, but
push
it's
them
not
in, but
easy.
That's the coordination, and I don't want to work on that.
No, don't work on that one. Don't work on that.
That's, okay, all right, then I'm okay.
Good.
Good, yeah. Just a
I like that focus.
Practice, yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's a nice nice way to think about it. And some days you may not want to do that. That may not seem like the appropriate thing, and that's okay. I'm not suggesting that's the only thing, but.
Well, I like standing meditation, actually. Better than, well, don't want to be judgmental, but sitting is a whole nother thing. And there was a time when I was only practicing standing for about a half an hour, and it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also to try the breathing without breathing while I was standing, which is a whole nother thing. That was kind of interesting too.
It's all interesting.
Well, it is, yeah. I tend to feel like I was asphyxiating myself when I was doing that.
Oh.
Because you don't get the satisfaction of sucking the air in. It goes on its own.
Yep.
Yeah. So you just get used to that feeling of asphyxiation. Even though it never comes.
I don't think that was the intention.
No, I don't think so, but for me it was like, I feel like I need to take a breath.
Yeah.
But I really didn't have to. Because everything else was fine. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Did you, I mean, I'm sure you've done a lot of breathing with your own work, but did we work on the longevity breathing?
Is that the one where you fill all the way up into here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was part of a meditation class.
Yeah.
We did, and to get the upper part of the lungs, which usually you don't work on them a lot to expand and contract.
Yep.
Because I tend to be more of a belly breather anyway.
But that's
and
part
a very
of it.
Shallow one at that.
Yeah.
Very shallow.
Yeah, you want to go beyond that. Because, and particularly, it's actually the reason I mentioned that moving to the upper back, which is of course part of the longevity breathing, but that actually causes massaging of the heart and the lungs, and it's really important.
Yeah, that would probably be pretty good for me, actually, because my
it's
heart's
good for everybody.
bigger than it needs to be.
Well, I could do with mine beating a little more regularly than it does.
Well, that I haven't had problems with. A little bit with AFib, but
I didn't have it for
more
years, but now I'm
starting to pick it up.
I'm back in. They're trying to decide what we're going to do next.
Yeah.
Maybe leave me alone.
Yeah, that would be good. One more medication.
No. No. That's not my goal in life.
No. Well, it wasn't mine either, but I'm
Yeah,
there.
right. So, 8 gates.
Mhm.
Where are you in that? What do you want to work on in that?
Probably just start from the beginning. That
Oh,
would be good.
okay.
I haven't done 8 gates in a while.
I see. All right. Well, we
You know,
can do
what
that.
Jeannie and I were working on. No, we were just doing the standing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
That's the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And, um, you know, I have to say, and I think he's absolutely right, Bruce has always said that when somebody asks them what one practice will be most beneficial,
I was probably an 8.
it's standing.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so it's important not to, you know, so many Tai Chi people just want to go to the movement.
Right, yeah.
And that's important. The movement's important, but the standing prepares you for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm talking to the choir, I know.
I just have to get back into regular practice.
Well, that would be helpful for you, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
that's right. That's the hurdle these days.
So, well, the first thing is actually the dynamic sphere.
Mm-hmm.
So, we step out. And then we have to sink and twist in. Nope, in the dynamic sphere we don't turn the feet.
Yeah, I was ready to start walking.
The body is, you are twisting, but you're not, and rotating, thereby rotating slightly, but not beyond whatever you can do with, that does not over twist the knees or the qua.
Oh, okay.
Because that's kind of the, I see people going into it, they're doing this, and obviously everything is tightened up, and that's not, even though we're have drawn in at this point. So we're going up and out, and then in and down through the S curve, and up, extending out, bending and twisting in. Endeavoring to keep everything in constant motion so that you're continuously rotating, bending and extending, and twisting.
knees are moving?
No, actually.
I'm trying to keep them.
I know. When you come down through the S-curve,
Mhm.
if you're gonna do this.
Okay.
This twist continues
Oh,
all
okay.
the way through.
Okay. Yeah, usually quit over here and then go this way.
And then you start going this way and you have lost your contact to the center of the ball.
Okay, yeah.
So one of the things Master Joe said was, you're trying to keep that palm facing the center of the ball all the time, or as much as possible. Obviously, as it goes through the center, it's going to be somewhat different.
Right, okay.
We're getting a transition with that. Yeah. So the other thing that to think about in this is the weight shift, because it should be in correlation with what you're doing up here.
Mm-hmm.
So here you are virtually 100% on this leg, but now you're only 50% on this leg, and you're going to 50% on this leg, and then you're going to go to 100% on this leg.
Okay.
And 100% on this side. And of course that's ideally a continual weight shift. Constantly moving. Yeah. So your weight shift is a little slow?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's 'cause I'm doing it. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, right.
Which is
You know, I was looking, I was thinking about all this the other day as I was looking at my little three-dimensional one, which was, it's interesting because here you've got the sphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so here's the clockwise one.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one. I'm doing the other. I'm doing the. I'll get it here in a moment. There we go. No, it isn't.
No,
It's
the
the other one.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. So you can go through and around. And the interesting thing is that if you simply rotate the ball, there's the left one.
The left one's right there. Yeah.
It's part of the pattern. It's not a separate piece.
No. Yeah.
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 And I had forgotten to show you guys that. Probably did years ago, but.
Well, yeah, but it's good to refresh.
Yeah.
Because we forget.
Yep.
I do often.
Yeah. The next piece is the walk.
Mm-hmm.
So we step out, and we center, and then we go into our right gongbu. And the walk begins with the weight forward. And I think if you have that foot turned a little more, you'll be able to turn
Easier.
all the way forward. Yeah, there you go. So this begins with 1, 2, 3, turning the leg, 4, rotating and shifting on to it, and 5, completing that, and then step 6, forward 7, and 8, facing straight ahead. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
So when does the 10-toe rule come in?
The what?
The 10 toes, or the you turn in the direction of your toes. So that's on 5?
No, it turns on 3.
Yeah, it turns on 3, and then I put the weight on at 4, and then
Well,
I'm gonna.
it's a combination. 4 is part way onto it. 5A, because I break 5 into 2 parts.
Right.
Is 100% on it. 5B is turn.
Oh, 5B is when you turn to the corner.
That's
Okay.
the corner. And
Okay.
then 6 is step.
Okay.
But 5A and B have to come
pretty close
together.
Yeah, that's when I was getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I go to 4, I start to turn.
Yeah.
And that should be just.
That's
weight,
on the way.
That's the weight down, and you're getting ready to step, and then when you step, as soon as you're 100%, you're gonna turn anyway.
Yeah.
Right, and then that's that'll bring the foot in.
Yep.
And then put it out empty.
Ideally, and toe down so the foot can root.
Oh, okay. And then, then 7 is to put your weight on it, and then 8 is the turn.
Yeah. You know, that principle, it's interesting. Different people have different concepts, and not that one is necessarily more right than another. I mean, Bruce is a rock on to teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whereas Master Joe, and I tend to follow Master Joe in this.
Yeah.
Master Joe, it's the heel touches first, but the toe immediately goes down because it can't fully root until you do that.
Okay.
So.
So then your 4 is just to shift the weight, basically.
Yeah, it's bringing the weight. It's making You can think of it as going to 60%,
Yeah.
perhaps, and then 5 is going to 100 and rotating, and 6 is rotating and stepping. And then 7, 8.
7, 8 is your rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's, so the, yeah, it's really 5 feet, it should be the turn. That's what,
Yeah.
okay. And I think that makes it easier to not, have to cheat and put your toe down.
Yeah.
That's the way I was doing it before, was kind of 4 and then put my weight onto it. Now I'm already
Trying to
off balance. Yeah, I'm trying to do 2 things at once.
Yeah.
Which you can't do.
Not effectively.
Well, that's an advanced course anyway.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
2 or 3 things at once.
Oh.
It's like being in 2 places at once.
If only I could read my phone.
What's that?
Oh, I was just trying to see what time it was.
It's 11.
Yeah, it's just 11, so we've got time.
Okay.
So,
no, that's a good practice for me.
Yeah.
To do that. I was gonna go to the forum, but I think I'd like to just stick with as much as we did.
Oh, okay.
And just do that.
Yeah.
We can work on the forum next time.
Yeah,
This'll-
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of do it, but there's a lot of work that needs to get done there, and I'll
Yeah.
keep doing it my way until I'm told otherwise, and focus on the standing meditation and the Tsung.
Yeah.
That would be good.
And the walk.
Yeah, and the walk and the.
That's good.
And the walk. That's what Jeannie wants to do. She wants to do the walk.
Oh.
We don't have a lot of room in her condo.
Uh-huh.
And the porch group left last year.
Yeah.
The woman with the porch just got tired and said she wanted a break, which I knew, well, that'll be the end of that.
Yeah.
But
they come and go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you never know. She, next month she might say, hey, let's start it up again.
Yeah.
It's fun.
When it gets warmer.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When we're out on the porch, it has to be warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that gives me plenty to work on.
Okay.
And the incentive to do it.
All right.
That's what these classes do. So always good to see you, David.
It is good to see you. I'm really glad to see you. I'm glad you could make it today.
Me too, and things are far better.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Not that anything's changed. I think the only change is my perception and my attitude.
And that's most important.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing Jay Siegel, which my therapist recommended.
Yeah.
She actually, Renee sent me after I saw Jay, because he knows Renee really well. They had an office right across from each other in New London, but she doesn't use that office anymore. He was like, we just chit-chatted, he's like, have you seen Renee lately? I went, no. So apparently he caught her up onto what's going on and everything, and I got a text from her, which was kind of nice.
Yeah. She was in touch with
Passed away, yeah. She's
really
good
nice.
about that.
She's
Yeah.
very good about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that she's totally involved with this statue thing.
Oh,
so.
yeah. How could she not be?
But we used to do dinners together, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was her and what's her name? Nancy Rubin.
Yeah.
Nancy Rubin. The 3 of us.
Well, you have to see if you can start that up again.
I did, I said, in fact, she mentioned it in her text, she says, we gotta try to get back to these dinners, we haven't done them in a couple of years. And, I said, yes, let's do that, and of course, I never heard from her, but I could bug her again. And trying to do that was a lot of fun, and I heard that Nancy was retiring. Which makes sense. I think she's overworked at UConn. But she's another one I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, they used to show up at least for Rick Barrett's workshops.
Yeah, she hasn't been to any of his things for quite a while.
Yeah, well, I think they still communicate with each other.
Oh yeah, so I think sometimes he stays there when he comes up this way.
Yeah. Oh, why not? I would.
Yeah.
We've got a nice little place up there.
Yeah.
Nice little fireplace.
Yeah, Rick and I have to set up. We're gonna do a spring, another.
Yeah, you gotta get your spring thing going. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And
last one was pretty good.
They
were all good.
It was, and I like that location.
That was a good space.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll go back there.
So a lot of people I hadn't seen in years.
Yeah.
Well, Eleanor McClellan was there.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen her in 5 years. I used to go to her for massage.
Yeah.
And I think she gave it up.
Well, a lot of massage therapists seem to get worn out.
Yeah, their hands go because of doing this all day.
Absolutely, it's what happened to Jane.
Well, yeah, I was saying I think that's what happened to Jane.
Yeah. We see Elizabeth in Colchester. Alternate approach. Yeah, no. Fortunately, we've gotten back to a place where we can go with some regularity.
That's what. Yeah, I'm seeing Emily Lerner this afternoon.
Good.
At 3:15. 3:15. Today's a busy day.
Well.
Busy day.
Have a good busy day.
Yeah, well, Jeannie she's got an old bathroom and she wants to update it. So the first thing that's gonna go is the tub.
Oh.
So we're gonna put in a walk-in shower. Or I'm not gonna do it. I don't do that anymore.
No, I don't either.
I mean, I used to, but,
We're thinking on our first floor where we have the washer and dryer, doing stackables and then putting a walk-in shower in there on the first floor. Because someday we may not want to go up the stairs.
Yeah, we've got, there's a couple, well, in this complex where Jeannie lives, we've got a couple of friends that are seniors, in other words, they're in their 80s, and they have those little gizmos that go up the stairs.
Oh yeah.
You can ride up. But then after they put it in, the doctor said don't use it. Because basically, as long as you can go upstairs, you might as well keep doing it.
Absolutely.
So
because
they put the
great
laundry
exercise.
on it. Yeah, it is. So they put the laundry on it.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, and send it down too.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is a good idea. Yeah.
Well, Bill didn't make it today.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to see him tomorrow in the senior class, so.
Oh.